two-door, four-seater baby car with a 1-litre engine, the newest member of the economy car alternatives. Obviously encouraged in no small part by the success of rival Datsun's 100A, the most popular imported car in Britain, and almost repeating Mazda's 1000, this is the smallest Toyota from Japan's largest vehicle manufacturer. Yet, unlike the front-wheel drive Datsun Cherry, a thoroughly conventional front engine driving the rear wheels has been chosen. It's priced at £1,158, and apart from its fellow Japanese competitors, it hopes to capture some of the sales enjoyed by the much cheaper and smaller Fiat 127 from depressed Italy, as well as from Renault's R5, a 1000cc Mini from British Leyland, and particularly from Ford's 1100 engine Escort, which is only £5 cheaper, and surely due for a replacement at any minute. It's aimed especially, I reckon, at those people whose pockets are forcing them down to a small car, and yet who don't want to sacrifice some of the items of specification that they got used to on larger models. The interior treatment is far from economy. The seats recline, a radio is thrown in. In fact, the only two suggestions I've got to make are that the combined 2-speed wiper switch and electric screen washer, and very good it is too, that control is moved to the column so that you have fingertip control. And the other point is that they fit a wing mirror here on the side. Much like the Corolla 1200, but a 1-litre overhead valve 4 mounted fore and aft and inclined to the near side, not only for the best maintenance accessibility, which as you can see is first class, isn't it, but also to achieve a low centre of gravity. Sealed cooling and servicing only necessary every 6,000 miles, while I've been finding it's really entirely happy on only 2-star petrol. Well, as for the rest of the hardware, there's McPherson struts and anti-roll bar and disc brakes at the front, radial tires are standard, a 4-speed gearbox, a prop shaft leading back to a drum brake rear axle. In fact, it's all utterly straightforward. The petrol tank, instead of being underneath for rear impact reasons, that's behind the rear passenger seat, though it's separated from the luggage area by a rather tatty piece of hardboard, which I think I'd like to see changed. The jack, well secured, yes, but it does tend to dig into the luggage and the top of the spare wheel too. I think it needs some sort of boot flooring of some kind. Still, nonetheless, a good-sized boot. And the petrol tank, by the way, that's got a jolly useful capacity. It's nearly 9 gallons. The performance is nothing special, although I have been finding you can cruise all day at 70 if you want. The average fuel consumption, that's worked out at just over 40 to the gallon. The other thing that must be mentioned, and that's the very good job they've made of making things really very quiet inside. Little mechanical or road noise getting through to you. I must say I half expected the handling to be of the kamikaze order, but instead it in fact has perfect manners, really very good for an economy car. Yes, considering what it is and how much they want for it, the verdict has to be value. And although the European manufacturers are mumbling in their beards that Toyota are merely discount buying further market penetration, one can't help feeling that they're now more than well on their way to repeating the Japanese motorcycle success story.